Synchronicity. Hello. My hair looks like somebody literally shit me out. But I don't care. As in, I wasn't going to fix it. I'm leaving it. I don't give a fuck. This is what my hair looked like after my workout was done. But I don't care. As in, I was... How is everyone? So, I don't know. Like, my live just went live on my laptop, and it looks like some of the shit I said got cut out. What I said was, my hair looks like somebody shit me out. But I'm not fixing it, okay? I'm not fixing it. Because this is what it looked like after I was done working out. I let it fucking sit. Okay? So I like looked in the mirror right before the live stream. I'm like, you know what? I don't have the time. I don't have the time. So it's staying like this. Fucking frizz bonnet. Thank you so much, Jess. I just saw that. Thank you so much. Listen, let's talk about how much I love. First of all, I don't know if any of you like, now they're not a band that, I don't even think they're still together. I know they toured. They got back together for tour, but whatever. The Police. I used to love their song Synchronicity 1 and 2. But if you go and read the lyrics of Synchronicity, I mean, we all know what Synchronicity is anyway, right? But go read the lyrics to Synchronicity 1. Like, I think Sting, he was talking about manifestation in a fucked up way. Read the lyrics. Anyway, what made me think that? Oh, because of synchronicities. So, and of course, I've been listening to that song on repeat nonstop. Because this week, my man had Monday off because, you know, it was a holiday. And so, you know, he's just wonderful. But he's been treating me so we've been coming here with the extra day. Oh, just wonderful. Anyway, so I went up to his place Friday. And then we drove down together Saturday. And I was listening to that fucking song, Synchronicity, like goddamn repeat. Okay. And it was a drive. All right. And I can't, this looks just like fucking George Washington for some reason. Every time I see this little loop, I think George Washington. Anyway, so I played the song over and over and over. And can I tell you about the synchronicities? Oh, because there was a point. Okay. So I listened to that fucking song. Oh, now there goes my goddamn earring. It's going to be one of them nights. I can feel it. Look at that. Doesn't this remind some of you of George Washington? I don't know why. That's what it reminds me of. My whole hair just reminds me of fucking, I don't know, George Washington. That's all that's coming into mind. Abraham Lincoln. I'm in one of them moods tonight. Okay, so all day Saturday on the way home, I was listening to Synchronicity as we were coming in, right? Synchronicity 1 over and over and over. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what? I do love synchronicities, right? Synchronicities are great, especially when you're on this journey, right? There's nothing more exciting than when you get synchronicities, right? So played that song all day or for the whole trip down. Haven't played it again until today because I had an early morning fucking dentist appointment, okay? So I'm listening to Synchronicity 1 all the way to my dentist appointment and then all the way back home. And I'm like, God, I just love synchronicities. Synchronicities are just so amazing for this journey. And I want to experience some good ones today. That's what I said to myself, okay? I want some good ones. Now, so that was this morning. So later in the morning, we'll say about 11-ish, I go to pick up my phone and I'm like, I'm going to text my man. As I couldn't even get into the message thing, a text message from him comes through. And I'm like, oh my God, when did you think about texting me? I had to know. I mean, that's what I ended up texting him. And then he writes back, he's like, just now, you just came into my head. I'm like, Okay, synchronicity. A couple hours later, we'll say three-ish. I was just getting off a call, and I shit you not, I'm like, you know what? No. This was around 1 o'clock. I had just gotten off a call about 1 o'clock, and I knew that he was working a little bit later today, so I was not sure when he was going to call me. So I'm like, I wonder what he's doing right now. Ding, 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 ding. My fucking phone rings. It's him. And I'm like, I need to know, when did the thought... Yeah, could you all hear her chewing in the background? I gave her a long way. Come on! Seriously? Oh, God, it's going to be one of them live streams. I'm going to leave it here until I'm done with my story time. So, I can't. Oh, God. I know I'm going to laugh this whole live stream. I'm leaving this until I'm done with my story. So, I ask him, like, oh, my God, when did you think about calling me? He's like, just a second ago. He's like, I was wondering what you're doing. I'm like, I was wondering what you were doing. He called me, okay? So now, fast forward to this time for the live stream. And I was looking in the mirror, and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with my hair? Right? I'm like, I don't fucking have time for this. And then I had a thought. I'm like, you know what? Kim, you can be late, fix your hair. I'm like, I really don't want to fix my hair. And then the thought came in my mind, you know what? I bet you Brittany's there. Brittany will warn everyone that I'm either tidying up after a call or getting the live stream together. I shit you not. I gave up on fixing my hair, though. That was the thought in my head. I come over here, sit down. I look over to my laptop because I already have the stream, or like the same screen you guys were on before it started. I look. Is there not a fucking comment from Brittany saying that if I'm late, it's because a call may have ran over or I'm getting my stream ready? Synchronicity. 3 of them in one fucking day. Okay. All right. Now, Jesus, Christmas, we've got to fix it because I can't go. I can't go the whole time like this. We got to fix it. It's going to bug the fuck right out of me. Is that not so awesome? Ugh. 3 synchronicities one day. And I'm telling you, go check out that song. I'll just leave it like that for now. I don't need any more George Washington shit while I'm fucking doing this. Okay? All right. So, please, Coffee Talk with Tammy. Coffee Talk with Tammy. Go listen to the song, okay? But read the lyrics. I love synchronicities. I do. They make this journey fun. They do. Because we're all on a journey. All of us. All of us. Okay. Let me jump in. Hell yeah, it's proof of how powerful our thoughts are. That's right. Oh my Lord. Okay, let's make sure I haven't missed. Holy moly, hold on. Synchronicity. It's gonna stick in my head now. Dun, 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 dun. No way. How could I have missed that many? Wait a minute. What's today? Wait a minute. What's today? How could I have missed that many super chats? I just started. I mean, you guys are not fucking around tonight. Okay, let's start. Now, pre-warning. They was coming before you started, I guess. So, reminder. On my screen over here, the earliest one I can see is from Ellie Hernandez, Sudani. So I'm going over to the screen where I can see everything that was bought. I have now discovered these might not be in order of purchase, YouTube. So if I read someone's and you're like, bitch, I was the one who bought it first. I'm reading what's in here over, like in order, okay? I can't help that YouTube don't put it in fucking order. All right. So on this screen, it says that the Heaven Wazi show is the first one. Okay. I'm going to go in order until I get to Ellie. Then I'll go back to the other screen. All right. So the Heaven Wazi show. Kim. So a mutual friend, SP's homeboy, told me he is getting my initials tatted on him. I know, right? Crazy? Yes, that's crazy. We're still in no contact. I think DW means don't worry. You guys know I don't know what half the time the initials mean. I think it says don't worry. I go to sleep in sweater every night. Anyways, movement. He is crazy about the Hev. I'm proud of you for seeing and knowing and acknowledging that this was absolute movement. Absolute movement. I'm very pleased with that. Hev. Per. You go to sleep in it says it, you go to sleep in a sweater every night? That is I love you for that. Talk about falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. Hello, Heaven. Hello. I love that. I love it. Just like I love when people do inner conversations while looking at a picture of their specific person. I fucking love that. Why? Because it just gets you in the moment. It gets you in your feels while you're looking at your person and you're doing the same damn thing by wearing the sweater. I love that. I love that he's getting your initials tattooed on him. I love that. That's going to come in handy. You'll probably be able to convince him to get your full name. Just saying. But you're not in no contact. You're not in no contact. There's no such thing as no contact. There really isn't. It's just quiet time. Just quiet time. As he's conforming. You know what I'm saying? He is getting my initials tattooed on him. Check. That's awesome. Heaven, I think that is amazing. And thank you for being someone who recognizes movement. I know I already said it to you, but I mean that. There are so many times that, and now I hope somebody hasn't already written something like this to me because I'm going to yell at you, but where they list all these things and then cut it all off with something negative. Acknowledge your movement. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge how your mind is recalibrating your 3D. It's a good thing. Yes, there's always movement because there is. Literally there is. Everything is in motion at all times. Oh, everything. Everything in your reality right now as you and I are chit-chatting tonight. Your state of consciousness, your thoughts are the reason why things are moving and grooving around you right as we speak. And even if those things don't make sense, don't look like you're getting your manifestation, somehow, some way, this fucked up shit in our 3D is still leading us to our manifestation. Literally. There really is nothing ever to worry about. There really isn't. Because in the way you're going to get what you want. In the end, you're always going to get what you want. In the end, everything always works out for you. Literally. Everything can be spun into you getting what you want. You know what I mean? Seriously. There's never a reason to fucking sweat anything. All right, Danielle Peaches. That reminds me of the song. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. You know, I didn't know what that song was about until I started dating my boyfriend, where he made sure to let me know what that song actually meant. I didn't know. I just liked the song. Anyway, what is your do the work process when you find a limiting belief? Can you use the X fear, things being too good, waiting for other shoe to drop things? All right, what is the work process when you find a limiting belief? All right, so I'm not going to lie, that you're the X or fear things being too good to be true, that was one of my limiting beliefs. That was one of mine. Or if things were like really, really good, that would be almost unacceptable to me at one time. Because I could not trust that things could be that good. Like there had to be a burst of the bubble at some point. I really believed that. So that was one of my limiting beliefs too. So listen, there's not just one process to get rid of a limiting belief. And I'm wording it like that because like I'm not being sarcastic when I say to you that you as an individual are making the rules of manifestation for yourself. You are deciding that. You're deciding what works for you. And it's your own beliefs and assumptions that are creating. Literally. So there is not one right way. It's what you believe to be right that matters. So one of the ways, Alex Cross, I didn't know either though. Listen, and I'm 48 and I just found out at 48 what that song actually meant. Just saying. So what I like to do now, I mean, and I'll be honest, my process of dealing with limiting beliefs has changed from my beginning of the journey until now. I've evolved through different ways, but I want to say this, different ways that I've used. I don't want you to think that I've stopped using any of the ways because I've determined they didn't work. It's not that. It's more of I've evolved into something I like better. Do you see what I mean? So like at one time, I would have been, really hyper focusing on, I cannot not hear poop. I would have been really hyper focusing on every little thought that I would have. Every little thought. Okay, I better write that down. That's a negative thought. Let me write that down. That must mean I have a limiting belief on this. And I would annoyingly do that. But it helped. It worked for me at the place that I was on my journey. How I deal with the limiting beliefs now is, and it's going to just sound like too simplistic, but it works because I now have an attitude, because I've evolved, as you are all evolving. Every one of us is. And I'm going to keep evolving, right? And so are you. But I've gotten to a place or a mindset that I don't like hearing that I can't have what I want. I don't like that. I'm sassy enough to have the mindset now that, no, fuck you, I'm going to have it. I'm having it, and I will not be told otherwise. I might have a moment of being discouraged with my 3D not being exactly what I want, but I refuse to accept no, unless no was the answer I was looking for. Do you see what I'm saying? So because I have that mentality, there's also another side of me that I naturally was before I even found manifestation, and that is I have a hard time being told what to do. If you tell me I can't have something or I can't do it this way, if I'm in the wrong mood, I will not accept that at all. And I get determined to find how I can do it that way. And I'm going to make it work that way. Just because you said I couldn't do it that way, now I'm going to do it that way. Do you see what I'm saying? But I've been like that since I was little. I've always been a little pain in the ass. But I think it serves me here. And that's why I brought up you're making the rules of your reality. You are. Just like I did. Meaning, the beginning of my journey, like the way I script didn't exist in this community yet. Because there was no one making law of assumption videos when I was scripting. Do you see what I'm saying? I just did it because I decided that was going to work for me. I didn't know why I thought that. I just liked that way better, so I did it. Do you see what I'm saying? All right, so at one time, I still think this is good. This is why I brought the old way of me sitting and actually really taking inventory of thoughts. I don't think that you need to actually sit and take this inventory, but you can be mindful of what type of thoughts are plaguing you, right? Usually when we're manifesting something specific, it's the same type of shitty thoughts that keep coming up. And some of them might just be nothing more than, I don't think I can do this. Maybe I'm not strong enough to do this. Or, my favorite, I'm afraid to give all the effort. Not that manifesting has to be full of effort, but effort in the way of allowing yourself to really just let yourself go in manifesting, like putting both legs in instead of keeping one leg out. Because it's in a fucked up way, it feels like it's better to give a half-ass effort and fail as opposed to putting all of yourself into this and then failing. That feels worse. That's more scary. So it could be nothing more than that, right? Just the fear of not being able to do it, let alone what our beliefs are. Your 3D reality is currently what you're seeing right now in your 3D and how you're feeling about what you're seeing in your 3D. That's letting you know right in front of you what your beliefs and assumptions are. Meaning limiting beliefs and not so limiting beliefs. They're all right in front of you. Nothing is hidden. I don't buy into that mindset that there are hidden beliefs in the subconscious mind. I don't buy into that at all. Your 3D is the projection. Even if you're someone who has blocked out memories, your 3D is still a projection of your beliefs and assumptions. So you might not be able to remember the memory that caused the belief. You might not have that memory, but you still have access to your 3D, where we can dissect without needing your original memory. And that's probably it's things like that keeps me not so always warm and welcoming to science. I don't hate it. I work with scientists, but I don't want their limited beliefs. So your 3D is letting you know. And how to deal with them, there's one of my older favorite ways, and I say older because I've kind of moved on from that too, was sitting with it. And I don't mean sitting and marinating. Okay. So let's say that you've taken a look at your life, you've taken an inventory, and you see that you have, a fear of abandonment. You fear SB is going to leave you, or even just the fear of once you manifest them in that they're going to leave you. So at one time I would have sat with that, not marinating in the pain of abandonment, but sitting with it and seeing it from the perspective of who am I in this equation? Who am I? And what do I have within me that's giving me the ability to manifest? Sometimes I think in this community, we lose sight of the spiritual side of what manifestation is, what this journey is. And I'm not trying to bring it to, a heavily spiritual tone if that's not what you're into. But, if you believe in any form of a higher power, whatever you believe in is your business. But, it's thinking from the perspective of that's what's within you that's allowing you to be able to manifest. So I believe that we all have the I am within us. And when you remind yourself of that perspective, I have the I am within me, or God, or higher power, or the universal power, universal source within. I have that within me. That's how I'm able to manifest, because we were created in the image of whatever that higher power may be, or source energy, or God. So if I know I have that within, which essentially is coming from pure consciousness, or what I like to say is unconditional love. It's coming from that pure consciousness. So if I have all of that within me and I have the ability to manifest,
I don't know what you mean by. So if I
fucking Siri. What fearful thought, what limiting belief cannot be easily pushed aside for what is the source energy? Nothing. What obstacle, what thing could get in the way of whatever you believe in is the higher power within you to manifest? Nothing. Nothing is more powerful than that. So when sitting with it, it's allowing yourself to really just think about what that thought is. Fear of abandonment, afraid of being left. Well, all of that is connected to separation. And we are separate from nothing. So that is just a condition. It's something, based off an experience we've had, more than likely, right? So it's a false belief. Manifestation wakes you up to realize that most of the things that you've experienced throughout your life, and I'm talking about the not so great ones, they don't have to hold power over you anymore. And I guess that's why I don't judge people. If you want to go on a healing journey, that's your own personal business. But on my end, I don't think it's always necessary. If you've got the wherewithal within you to decide and accept that you have access to every possible timeline, every possible reality, every possible version of yourself or state of consciousness. You have access to that at every given moment. Every given moment, you have access to every single possible outcome, every infinite, right? All the infinite choices, right? You have access to that every moment by moment. Decide you are the version of yourself who doesn't have the fear of abandonment. I know it sounds simplistic and sounds too easy, too good to be true, that it could be that easy, that you don't have to go on a process of working to get rid of that belief. I'm telling you, yes, you can. And I'm not the only person thinking from that perspective. Yes, you can. It's the repetition of you making that choice that allows your 3D to show you the validation of that limiting belief being gone. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's real. There's a reason why Neville said over and over again, deny your senses. Deny your senses. Don't let the 3D world trick you into falling into other unfavorable states that are filled with whatever limiting beliefs. Deny your senses. I'm hoping this is making sense. I'm hoping you're picking up what I'm putting down. So when it comes to how you all hear her drinking. When it comes to me, and if I know there's a limiting belief popping into my mind or giving me a thought that I don't like, that doesn't make me feel good, at this time in my journey, my response to that is, who am I being right now? Who am I being? Now, depending on what response I have, has it led me to tears? Who am I being right now? Now, I'm not wrong for allowing myself to cry. I'm a human. I've been given these emotions for a reason. So we're not wrong for having the emotion and maybe being upset by whatever that thought is. But once the tears are done, okay, pick yourself up and decide who the fuck you want to be and move along. And it can be as simple as that. And your 3D can change very, very quickly. Very quickly. And I'm not selling you a course to make you believe that. I'm telling you from my own experiences. It can change quick. If with repetition, meaning if you fall down, you get your ass back up and you decide who the fuck you want to be. Every single time. Get your ass up and decide. And it's with that determination and repetition, your world will change. The 3D reflects what state you are in. And it's undeniable. It is undeniable. Everything is a reflection of the state you're embodying. Listen, I don't get comments on all my platforms. Oh my God, states finally make sense. It's clicked. I get it now. I see it now. I don't get those because I'm a fucking guru. I'm not a fucking guru. I get those because it finally makes sense to you. And you're seeing it with your own damn eyes now. It's true. States are everything. States are everything. Make who you are being your fucking priority and your world will change. As simple as that. And I think we need to just fucking define what who you are being really fucking means. Who you are being. Who you see yourself as. Who you really think you are is your state. It is your identity. It's who you at your core believe you truly are. And all of that, all of your beliefs, general beliefs, specific beliefs, all of them, all the assumptions are included in your state. Now, when I word it like that, when you shift state, it's different beliefs, different assumptions. Okay? Each state has its own. So when it comes to people in your 3D showing up in your world, they're not your mirror. They're not mirroring your every thought. They're not mirroring every little thing in your mind. Okay? They're reflecting your beliefs and assumptions. And if you have, we'll use an SP for an example, okay? If you have generalized, we'll use me as the example, okay? My SP. My SP reflects to me my own beliefs and assumptions. That's who I'm saying I am. My beliefs and assumptions are who I say I am. Really hear this. So if I have generalized beliefs about men, since I date men, about men, he'll reflect some of that. Whatever my specific beliefs and assumptions are about him, he'll reflect some of that. My beliefs and assumptions around love and relationships, he'll reflect some of that. Because the people we intermingle with, the everyone is you pushed out, is that nice little cocktail, you know, the little Long Island iced tea cocktail of your specific and generalized beliefs. That is what they reflect. Okay? Who you think you are means it includes all of your beliefs and assumptions. That's your state. Everyone as you pushed out is reflecting who you are motherfucking being. Specific or general. They're mixed together like a cocktail. Okay? Okay? So be fucking specific on who the fuck you want to be. How you want to feel. How you want to feel when you first wake up in the morning. I don't know why that's my favorite thing to say, but it is. Because to me, that's when I always felt the worst. Is when I would first wake up in the morning. Like, you know, before your eyes are even officially open and you're coming back from consciousness and you're coming back to your meat suit and you're remembering all the shitty circumstances of your life as you're coming back alive. That was always the worst time for me. Always the worst time. So my thing was, well, how the fuck do I want to feel when I wake up in the morning? How do I want to feel? Because I don't want to wake up feeling like I'm dreading every fucking circumstance in my life. I don't want to care. I don't want to give a shit. I want to just feel like everything's okay. Everything's always working out for me. I always get what I want. Okay, well, then that's the version of myself I'm going to be. That's who I want to be. The version of me that doesn't have to worry about a goddamn thing. And I know that sounds cuckoo, but that's the version of me that I want to be. I don't want to be stressed or feel anxiety when I wake up in the morning. So that was my goal. I want to not care, but in a nice way. I want to know that everything's always going to be okay. So I want to be the version of me who easily believes and trusts everything's going to be okay. Everything always works out for me. I always get what I want. That's who I strive to be. So if I think that everything's going to be okay, everything always works out for me, I always get what I want, then that means whatever the fuck I want, I am going to have. And one of those things was I wanted a relationship that I feel passionate, crazy ass love for. So that's who I decided I wanted to be. That's who I want to be. I want to know I'm that version of myself. So I started telling myself I'm that. I am that version of me. I started telling myself that over and over with repetition every day. And the world started changing. And you can add to that whatever else you want to manifest. Your money, your health, your career, add it all in and decide that's who you are. And go on from there. Like with specific people. Be as specific as you want. Decide you're that person now. Danielle Land, you're right on time. You're not late. Lexi B, thank you very much. SP just moved to Mexico. I know it's a temporary circumstance that can change, but I miss her. Tips to make things easier until the 3D recalibrates. I don't want to feel sad the whole time she's gone. I don't blame you. Okay. So it's a temporary circumstance that can change, and you miss her. I get it. So tips to make things easier. Well, first of all, everything I just said applies. Okay, everything I just said applies to your scenario. However, also, let's start looking at it as you're on your bridge of incidents. Ma'am, get your face up. Do you see her getting into my bag? Poop. Get out of my stuff. She don't do this shit unless I'm on here. Poop. Get out of there. Get out of there. She's so bad. Come here. You stay out of mommy's things. Okay. Oh, she's gonna start her shit. All right. So, don't listen to her poop. Damn it, Evan. First of all, Lexi, let's decide. Number one, you're on your bridge of incidents. This is nothing but a part of your bridge. Look at it that way. This could be the catalyst moment of where your specific person realizes, holy shit, I'm in love with Lexi. Holy shit, I cannot be away from her. I need to be with Lexi. I know circumstances that look polar opposite to what we want. What is she doing now? I'll grab the blanket. I know that when it's the polar opposite of what we want, it's scary. I know it's scary. But it's because in those moments, back to believing in separation. In those moments, you're feeling separation. You're feeling out of control. I've been yelling myself that. Good. But I know when we're fearful of the 3D, I think of it like rolling back. We're rolling back into being asleep, being unconscious. We're feeling separate. We're feeling out of control. And that's not the case. It's just we don't control the how yet. And I say yet because, listen, I say keep the box open. You never know. We might evolve to the place where we do control the how, for all we know, right? But for now, we don't control the how. We don't dictate, unless we're fucking with the middle, we don't dictate how the manifestation comes to us, meaning the path on the bridge of incidents. This is just another board on yours. Or from a different perspective, why not see this as, if it's too much to see it as a bridge of incidents, how about this is the reality collapsing? The reality collapsing as the timeline of your choice is joining us here. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the beauty of manifestation. You can see it from different perspectives, but still come down to the same result of you getting what you want. I would be honest and say, yeah, my feelings would not be so happy about SP being in Mexico, but I myself have learned the hard way on this journey that, listen, I've seen more fuckery in the 3D get flipped on its head and the manifestation still fucking appears. I've seen cuckoo shit. So don't worry. Don't give it the meaning that it's, oh, my manifestation is going in the wrong direction. I'm not going to get what I want. Fuck that. We're definitely getting together this year. 2023 is our year. Yes! That's the attitude. 2023 belongs to the HBICs. That's the attitude. Who do you want to be? You want to be the version of you that gets what she wants. And you're not taking no for an answer. So the version of you wants to be with SP. So you be focused on being the version of you that knows she's getting what she wants. And what do you think it would feel like to be that version of yourself? What does the relationship with that person, what do you think that is going to make you feel like? There's your focus. If you think it's going to bring you joy, contentment, security, happiness, decide you're that now. No matter what the 3D is showing you, decide you're that now. Because your 3D and everything in it reflects who you think you are. Become what you want to be. Decide you're already there. Remember, I have said this. Manifesting is not reliant on what we see in the 3D. Manifesting is getting ahead of the 3D, right? The person you are right now, who you think you are right now, has been made, created from your previous thinking or your previous state. So you decide now who the fuck you want to be so that your 3D becomes that, or your 3D validates you, right? Because it's the after effect. So the 3D will validate who you think you are. So decide who you want to be and start living your life as if you are it. Now, if you're manifesting money, I don't mean go out and go blow a shit ton of money, because just come on. Allow yourself to feel it. That's what I mean. You know, you don't have to set extra room in the bed. I'm not saying you're going to take those actions. I'm saying carry yourself as if you're already doing. I put up, over the last month, I've put up, I think 2 or 3 TikToks and on Instagram duets of me, you know, showing another person's video. And these videos are cute. The girls in the videos are cute. And they're talking about how they're deciding they're hot now. And first of all 3 of the ones that I've done were sent to me by people on TikTok. Please feel free to let me know about cool ass videos like that, because I'll use them. But anyways, so people sent me these videos. I duetted them. And they're all 3 of them kind of center around decide. I'm hot now. I'm the hottest girl in the world, or whatever. Okay. It's kind of the mentality in these videos. And, you know, that's manifesting. These girls deciding they're hot now, they're beautiful now, or they're the hottest girl in the world, right? Yeah, that's manifestation. That's how you do it. Yes, T, that's deciding. It might sound fucking delusional, but you were being delusional with all the negative shit long before that. So what's the fucking difference? You're just being delusional in another fucking direction. Do it. Decide who you want to be now. And you just, with repetition, You just keep telling yourself who the fuck you want to be. If it's too hard for you to accept that you are that version now, then tell yourself you're becoming. Becoming doesn't have to keep it out in the future. Anyone who tells you that saying anything future tense keeps it out in the future, I'm sorry, it's a limited belief. If you believe that tense matters, it'll matter for you. But for the rest of us who don't think tense matters, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't keep our manifestation away from us. It just doesn't, okay? But decide it. Decide you are who you want to be right now. I'm telling you, I wish, or I hope someday I can manifest a way for you to see inside my brain. So you can see that's all I did. That's all I've been doing is just telling myself who I am. No matter what 3D shows me. Brazen impudence. And everything started changing dramatically in a good way. Okay? Okay. Let's see. Jen, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. My SP has been hot lately. Yesterday, texting me, good morning. FaceTimes, lots of texting. Today, I didn't hear from him all day. I was in a great state and kept it mostly today. Can you give examples of persisting best ways? Okay. So you were in a great state. You kept it mostly today. And you didn't hear from SP today. So I'm making a guess that your phrase and kept it mostly today, that we'll say, I don't know, maybe mid-afternoon, early evening when you noticed that you hadn't heard from SP. That's when the mostly started getting less and less. And we started getting really, really a lot more noticing that SP hadn't reached out. So I'm not telling you that you were never in the state. I'm not telling you that. I'm saying that the moment this became upsetting, triggering, is the moment we shifted out. And that's not a failure. That's not a bad girl. That's not what I'm trying to say to you. I'm saying you can notice physically the state shift. Because once you've experienced a really good state, it should be easy for you to identify when you're in and out. How you're responding to things is your first indicator. So I'm sure your logical mind said, well, you were in the state all day, so then why did this happen? And my answer to that, because obviously I've lived this, why do we instantly think that something's wrong and have to give it a negative meaning? Do you see how we're automatically assuming, I haven't heard from SP today, it must mean something's wrong. It must mean I've done something wrong with my state. I've fallen out of the state. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. And we don't have to give it that meaning. And we don't have to assume we're messing things up. You having your moments of not being able to stay in the state doesn't make you a failure. Doesn't make you doing something wrong. All it is showing you that you're still a human being and you're going to have your human moments. Period. Just period. This is a journey, right? It's a evolving journey. The journey, in my opinion, is best served when we are putting the focus on directly changing us. Because as we, and I'm not saying that you're not thinking of it that way, Jen, so don't think that. I'm saying in general, speaking to all, when you make this journey all about you, Your SPs and any other things you're manifesting are the fucking sprinkles on top. Of course they're going to show up the way you want them to. Of course they are. All the manifestations are going to fucking flow in as you put the focus on who you are. Period. So it didn't have to mean anything that we didn't hear from SP. But our old, literal, logical thinking brought us back to the thoughts that I didn't hear from SP today. This has to mean they don't want me anymore. They're losing feelings. Maybe there's another party. There must be something wrong because my past experiences in the literal, logical 3D land, that equaled, fuck off, Siri. That equaled something negative. That equaled me not getting what I want, or it equaled me getting hurt. So there's a little part of our conditioning that we're letting go of. This is why I try to bring up the less attached we are to the 3D. Even though, shit, I'm not stupid. We want our manifestations and we're going to have the manifestations in the fucking 3D. I get that. But until they're here, the less attached we are to the 3D, the more power you have and the easier it is to keep yourself in a beneficial state, which by default does what? It brings us what we want. It brings us juicy, sexy, sassy, saucy movement with our SPs. So nothing's wrong. You haven't done anything wrong. It doesn't mean SP is not going to be head over heels in love with you. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means put the focus back on you. Put the focus back on you. When I say put the focus back on you, I don't mean you can't focus on SP. I don't mean you can't keep affirming, visualizing, scripting for SP. It's not what I'm telling you. Okay? But put the focus back on you. What about money, B? Well, what about money, B? What about money? What about it? Manifestation-wise, what's the difference? Take SP out, insert money. No fucking difference. Zero difference. Zero difference. Take SP out, enter money. Same thing. Who are you being relevant to money? Who are you being? What's your money mindset? Who do you think you are? That's about money. Take SP out, insert money. Okay? B? Okay. Okay, Jen. So for what it's worth, Jen, you know, my relationship with text messages and specific person was fucking terrible. And if you were in the membership last night, you probably heard me sharing lots of different meltdowns of mine when it came to my relationship to text messages and phone calls. I was very attached to the texts and the calls. And if I didn't get them, I was like a cuckoo, crazy ass bitch. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I was a mess. But I was very attached. Oh, guys, that shit was hysterical last night. See, I told you I was a dumbass. I did some dumb shit. The channel membership, I give away all my secrets. But I'm just saying, I was so attached. That was something I had to learn the hard way. Stop being attached to the 3D because that wasn't helping me. It wasn't. It was making my life miserable. But you get those things now, right? Mm-hmm. Sure do. Sure do. But I had to learn that having them didn't mean or didn't have to equate that person loved me and that I didn't need that outside validation, right? The sooner you get to the place where you realize the outside validation isn't necessarily helping you on your fucking journey, it's keeping you attached. The less attached you are to what validation you get in the 3D, I look at it as the more powerful you become, because your mind is so in the knowing of whatever it is you're manifesting. You get so in the knowing, and I don't know, for a lack of a better way of describing it, and you know me, I'm fucking sassy and snarky. It's like zero fucks given mode. Zero fucks given, but not from a negative, like, I'm just not going to give a fuck. It's not from that mentality. It's just, it doesn't fucking, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. You know, hi, yes, I'm in love with you and want this relationship, but I don't care. I don't care. And it's so fucking powerful. It's so fucking freeing. So the less attached you are, the easier this becomes. And that's not to say that I perfectly feel like that 24/7. No, I'm a fucking human, still on my own evolving journey. I'm still growing, right? I'm still having my moments, and I allow myself to have them. I allow the crying. I allow it all. I don't stifle shit. And for me, I need that cry. Sometimes I just need the cry because I feel better after I cry, you know? So I allow it. I don't stifle. But in the moments, I cry it out and I get my ass right back up and I work my way right back to being in my zero fucks given state. I probably shouldn't call it that because it sounds so shitty. Because it's not that I have total zero fucks. I love my person. I love my person unconditionally. But I'm zero fucks given with all the other shit. And I like it. And it feels amazing. Because I don't have to have those things to know that he loves me too. Do you see what I'm saying? That's where I think everybody really wants to be. It's a feeling of safety and security, trust, and knowing who the fuck you are. Knowing who you are and not putting your power on the outside of you ever again. Ever again. I was really good at doing that. I was fucking fabulous at handing my power over to things in my 3D reality, people in my 3D reality. I had to learn that. That was something that took me quite a long time on this journey to really stop being attached to people and things. And when I say people, it doesn't mean that I've stopped loving these people. It's just, I don't know how to word it without it sounding shitty because I don't mean it from a shitty place. I love everyone in my life, but I will never ever have 3D things control my joy. And to me, that's the most powerful position to be in. Even if I stumble and have a moment, I like snapping back to this. Because I can love freely without desperate needy getting in the way. See what I'm saying? That was a journey for me to learn that. But that's what states of consciousness has helped me with. Okay? Okay. Marvin, 00. Hi, Kim. Love you. Love you too, Marvin. I had movement with SP, spent 6 days in his hometown with his family. Once he behaved like a jerk and I set a boundary. First timer. Marvin, I am proud of you. There is nothing wrong with setting boundaries in your 3D. There's nothing wrong with it. And you bet your sweet, sexy ass that I have set boundaries and I enjoy every second of it. There's nothing wrong with setting a boundary. You can set boundaries without giving ultimatums or threats to force someone to behave a certain way. But setting a boundary is respecting yourself. There's a difference. There's a difference. Setting a boundary does not instantly equal manipulation. Giving ultimatums and threats of, I'm not going to do this if you do this, that's manipulation. But setting a boundary, as in, I will not be accepting this disrespectful fucking behavior anymore. Okay? Not going to happen. Okay? I will no longer accept this. I love you, but I will no longer. Okay? Even though I'm sassy and snarky, can you sense the difference between the two? There is a difference. And in manifestation, I don't know why. I will never understand why anybody would shun the idea of boundaries. Fucking set those boundaries up with a fucking smile. Okay? Nothing wrong with it. This is all about learning to respect and love yourself. And sometimes in our 3D, we need to set some, and there's nothing wrong with it. Proud of you, Marvin. Look at you getting the movement. And Marvin again, thank you very much. Then we spent 4 hours talking about how he feels about himself, how he feels about me, and that he feared losing me. We held hands and cuddled. Holy balls, Marvin. Marvin, this is fucking amazing. Amazing movement. Congratulations. This should be celebrated. Look at the HBICs getting movement. I'm loving this. Well done, Marvin. How was cuddle time? Was cuddle time sassy and saucy? I hope. How exciting. The Heaven Wadley show again. By the way, 3P is gone. All my ugly exes are back. I love this. I even had a dream one of them divorced their wife to be with me. Up next, SP is moving the sky to be with me. All thanks to your states video. Love you for real, for real. I love you for real, too. And I think it's hilarious that all your exes are coming back. And I love that you added the nugget that they're all ugly exes. That is hilarious. But doesn't it feel nice having them come back? Yeah, I know you want me. I know you do. I know you can't help yourself. Of course you can't. Doesn't it feel fabulous? Well done, Heaven. Damn. HBICs are moving and grooving. Marvin again. And I kissed his forehead several times. He admitted he loves me too and that I am very important to him. After more than 3 hours, he thought of the 3P. Wait, after more than 3 hours, he thought of the 3P. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, he mentioned 3P feels threatened by my presence after our one-time interaction. Also said, we are friends, but that didn't trigger me and revised on the spot. Marvin, you are killing it. I am so proud of you. And no shit, 3P is feeling threatened. Of course, because 3P's on the way out. Well done, Marvin. Good Lord. Helen, thank you very much. Happy New Year, beautiful Kim. Here is a quote I wanted to share. We can let circumstances rule us, or we can take charge and rule our lives from within. Love you. Cheers to 2023, baby. Oh, I love you too, beautiful bestie. I love that quote. We can let circumstances rule us, or we can take charge and rule our lives from within. I love that. I love that. And I wish more people would think that way because it's true. We don't let circumstances rule us. HBICs, Do not let circumstances rule us. Fuck that. 2023 belongs to the HBICs. Marvin, again. He even said he was unsure that us cuddling and holding hands and me caressing his belly and chest was wrong, but saw mostly positive movement. Let's read this again. He even said he was unsure that us cuddling and holding hands and me caressing his belly and chest. Why am I loving the fact that you called it caressing? Caressing. I'm going to use that word from now on. As I was caressing my SP's belly and chest. Caressing. I'm going to use caressing for everything now. I love that you use that word. It just sounds more sexy, doesn't it? Caress. I caressed his belly and his chest. It sounds so sexy. Oh my God. And I love that you use the word belly. I caressed his belly during our cuddle time. I'm so going to say that to my SP. I'm like, I just want to caress your belly. Oh, it's so exciting. I love this shit. Okay. Listen, your fucking SP didn't think it was wrong. Don't listen to that bullshit. He was unsure if it was wrong. He didn't think it was wrong. He was loving every damn second of that. He wanted you to keep caressing his belly and his chest. Caressing his belly and his chest. He loved it, Marvin. He fucking loved it. And he wants more. Don't you doubt that for a damn second. I'm in love with caressing his belly and chest. That stays with us. Just like We Ride at Dawn has stayed with us. Thank you, Marvin, for that. Morgan Eckstein, thank you very much, or Eckstein. I need a slap, please. I miss him so badly today, and I'm frustrated with myself. I know there is always movement, but I miss him being here physically, you know? I do know. I remember that. I know it sucks tits. Okay, I know. Ugh. I feel for you, okay? Listen, you don't need a slap because you're missing your specific person. Everybody goes through this at some point. That's not a slap worthy. I'm sure you'll do something else for me to give you a slap, but for this, not so much, Morgan. I'm teasing you. Morgan, when I was in my own solo vacation, my go-to, okay? Wait, David Carter, the caress challenge. Everyone manifests that our SPs say, I want to caress you. Oh my God, I just want to do this. I want to do the caress challenge. All right, it's on. We are doing a caress challenge. Let's all manifest that our SPs use the word caress. Okay? Let's all manifest our SPs saying caress. I'm on it. All right? We'll do it for a week. We'll check in next week together. I'm dying. I'm so excited for this. Please. My SP is going to text it so I'll have some proof. Because I have to have this. Oh my God. Just want to caress your belly and chest. I'm so excited. Okay. We ride at dawn. All right. So anyway, Morgan. I warned you all I was in one of these fucking moods tonight. You all know when I'm overtired. Okay. So, Morgan, when I was in solo vacation, I missed my fucking SP so fucking bad. I was so triggered every day. I cried every fucking day. It was miserable. But my go-to was inner conversations when I was really missing him physically, if you get what I'm saying. I would go to inner conversations. Does that quell that feeling of missing, him hugging you, kissing you? No. but it did make me feel better a little bit in the moment. So don't think you're failing because you're missing your person. The reason why you feel the way you do is because you are feeling separation, right? So you're falling for the illusion right now of the 3D keeping you in separation from your person. It's an illusion. You're not separate from your person at all. But I know that your 3D human side is missing them, and I get it. So don't be hard on yourself. Try the inner conversations. Like I said, that did help me get through the really, really sad moments. But I really think it's important. The fact that you said that, you need me to slap you. I think you're being too hard on yourself. We are humans, and we are gonna have human moments. And when you're in any form of a solo vacation, or, I don't like that phrase, no contact, but in quiet time, you're gonna have your fucking moments where you naturally just miss the person. It's normal. It's normal. It is indicative what state you're embodying, right? It's indicative of who you're being right now. But that's not something you're going to beat yourself up over. You're going to have your fucking moment. You're going to allow yourself to miss him. If that requires crying, let it out. I cried a lot, like daily a lot. Okay? Let it out. Let the tears out. It's stifling the tears and keeping the emotions in and trying not to, be a human is what causes the stress. We don't want that. That's the opposite of what we fucking want, okay? Let it out and then like I said, try the inner conversations. That's what I did, and it made me feel a little better. But remember, it's all about who you're being, who you think you are. So are we Morgan? Not having what we want, Morgan? Feeling like we're separate from everything, Morgan? Or are we Morgan, who knows she's in fucking charge and that she can have whatever the fuck she wants? She can be any version of herself that she wants right in this moment. Which one? We want to be this one. So give yourself some grace. I know it feels like shit. I know it does. Give yourself some grace, and then let's walk our way back to this version. Your SP will be back. Boy, have I learned that. Your SP will be back. Trust me. Madeline the Empress. What am I thinking? Madeline. If I'm thinking correctly, I emailed you today. And I have not checked my email to see if you wrote me back, but I emailed you today. Check your email. If I'm not confusing the names on something. Okay. Madeline the Empress, thank you very much. Kim, thank you so much for telling me to ask myself who I am. I had a wonderfully quick turnaround in my 3D because of it. Oh, really? More proof that I'm in control of my reality and I'm the only one with free will here. Mic drop. I fucking told you all. I told you all. Just listen to me. Listen. If states aren't making sense to you, that's okay. Don't panic. They didn't make sense to me either. It took a little bit for them to click. But once states of consciousness clicked, I have never looked back. I have never looked back because they work. And it can work like snap, crackle, pop, easy bitch. Work. And for any of you telling yourselves you're working on the state, you don't see anything in the 3D, the change starts within you first. It starts with you first. Danielle, and why are you eating cereal with no milk? Are you eating it like out of the box, like hand in the box eating it? Or do you actually have a bowl with a spoon and you're eating it that way? Why are you doing that? And for what it's worth, if you did have milk, what kind of milk would you use? I will let you know that I only use skim milk because any other kind of milk grosses me out and it makes me think of like drinking phlegm. Okay. Just for what it's worth. It grosses me out. All right. Anyway. So where did I just leave off? Oh, Madeline, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. I'm not shocked that you were able to do this though. Okay. I'm not shocked. Oat milk? Oof, I don't think so. I've never had it. Something about it grosses me out. Just the name of it. I know. I'm a picky person when it comes to fucking shit like that. Something about oat milk makes you go, Is states like acting? Wait, because I have no milk. I'm eating it out of a bowl with a spoon and I like whole milk. Whole milk? Whole milk just reminds me of spit. I just know. And 2%'s the same way. Gross. Thanks, Kim. I was drinking a coffee. Well, I didn't know you were drinking a coffee. Okay. Milk is my favorite drink. Ever heard it being compared to that? No. But I will I will tell you that in my early days, I did love to drink skim milk only. Milk too. But no. Yeah. The things we talk about on this fucking live streams. No, states is not acting. It's not faking. Your state is more of embodying. It's embodying being that version or deciding you're that version of yourself. But I can't deny that there's a feeling involved in your body, which is why I say pay attention to your body when you're having shitty thoughts. See how they feel shitty? It's because they don't belong to you. That's why they feel like shit. That's your inner self saying, no, bitch, this isn't a thought for you anymore. This doesn't belong to you. I'm not sure why I just brought that up. See, I'm getting more and more tired. Milkshakes are, I do like milkshakes though. Yes. But yeah. How the fuck are we? This all over cereal. Oh, that's fucking funny. Madeline the Empress, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. Everyone should ask themselves, who are you being? Who are you being? Who do you think you are? Are you being your old self? Did you love the old self's life? Or are you going to be the new self, the new you? I went from crying to giggling. Thank you, everyone. Oh, Sarah, good. Why were you crying, though? Jesus, Danielle. Danielle, for what it's worth, also. What cereal are you eating? What kind of cereal? I need to know the details. Things like that interest me. Mars ML, thank you very much. I need motivation to not give up manifesting my SP back. Saying my affirmations to get me into the state, but still struggling with embodying the state. All right. Well, let's roll this back for a sec. Cocoa Pebbles, fuck yes. I love Cocoa Pebbles. I love Fruity Pebbles the best though. Mars. Let me ask you this. When you're saying your affirmations, do you feel anything when you're saying them? And it's a curiosity question. It's not a requirement question. But do you feel anything? Are you just affirming? See how annoying that is? Affirming. But I still feel like shit. I still think things are shit. I still think SP's shit. Nothing's changing. I'm living in shit fucker land. Affirming. Do you see that? Now, I'm not judging it. And I'm not saying that might not eventually work. But when you spend more time focused on, truthfully, the who you are in the equation of your affirming, of while you're saying any kind of affirmations, when you're thinking about who you are as you're doing it, that may help you with the embodiment side of it, if that's your focus. If you're not enjoying embodying, and I understand that, because listen, you make the rules of manifestation in your reality. I love states. States has been the game changer because we're manifesting from our states, from the version of ourselves that we think we are. That's what your state is. And anyway, I like that. That feels simple to me, to just decide I'm this person. Okay, I can do that. Easy. I can decide I'm this person. And being this person equals all these things to me, right? Meaning great relationship, no worries with money, no worries health, no worries whatever, right? So you decide what that version of you is. But if you're getting stressed out and worked up because you're struggling to embody, but you love affirming, then take the pressure off of your shoulders of embodying and stick to your affirming. Do you see what I'm saying? Our manifestation game, what we choose to do, shouldn't stress us out, shouldn't make us feel like, ugh, I don't want to do this. That's not fun. Saying repetitive affirmations, I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy that. I am chosen. I am loved. I am chosen. I am loved. I don't like that. That doesn't bring me joy. So I don't do that. So just because thinking, right, your thoughts is affirming. When I hear affirmations now, I will never be the person relentlessly affirming a list of affirmations. That's not going to be me. Ever. Because it does not bring me joy. It annoys the fuck out of me. But that's me. Okay? That doesn't give me joy. But you might love doing that. So put your focus there, instead of stressing yourself out embodying. Do you see what I'm saying? The point of anything, affirming, visualizing, scripting, is it is changing your state of being. That's the point of it. It's changing who you are. So just think of it like that while you're affirming, that you're becoming this version of yourself with your affirmations. Do you see what I'm saying? I think we all, at some point in our journeys, get to that place where we're trying to follow word for word what any coach says, because we think what they say is the answer to the manifestation, or the answer to you getting the manifestation. And I think that there should be I think a coach should say, this is what I like to do. This is what works. This is what I can tell you works, because in my experience, it worked. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's a reason why I say, and you can go, literally, you can go back to some of my earlier videos and you will hear me saying, you make the rules in your reality. You make the rules. Because you really do make the rules. I don't make the rules for you. You make them. So just start telling yourself that your affirmations that they are helping you to become the version of you that gets what you want. But don't put the pressure on, I have to embody. I'm struggling to embody. Then put it to the side for a little bit. Let's put embodying to the side, even though I love it. Put it to the side. Do you like affirming? Does that feel good? Yeah, you can't hear me. No. No. I don't know why. Fuck. You can hear me now? Okay. It's my fucking watch. My watch started playing dogs. My watch started playing. I forgot. Dog something by DMX. My fucking watch sabotages me every damn live stream. I'm going to take it off because I've had enough of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember where I left off. Not who let the dogs out. The DMX. That's on one of my playlists. Fuck. What was I saying? I fucking don't remember what I was saying. Was it Who Let the Dogs? It's not Who Let the Dogs Out, is it? No. I can hear the song in my head. X gonna give it to you. I wish it was that song. And it said dogs, though. I don't fucking know. Something DMX. I'm not gonna lie. I always liked DMX. There was something sexy about his ass. His voice. Sexy. Yeah. Embodiment. Don't stress out over it. Go to your affirmations, first of all. And let me ask you this. No, I want you to hear me. Why do you need motivation to not give up on your SP? Why? I understand needing a zhuzh because you're just feeling a little ugh. But why do you need a zhuzh to not give up on your SP? Are you seriously going to give up on manifesting your SP? You're just going to say, fuck it. I don't want the SP anymore. Do you really mean what you wrote there? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you just needed a zhuzh. But that does tell me where your mind's at, ma'am. I need a zhuzh to not give up on my SP. Really? Were you just going to say, fuck it? No. But look how you went to that extreme. Mars. ML. Huh? You're not going to give up. You don't want to give up on your SP. Nobody gives up. HBICs don't give up. We don't give up. Okay? There's never a reason to give up unless you're just not really into that SP. That I understand. I understand that. That's okay. Just because we manifest a specific person, if you were to get to a place where you knew you were no longer interested in that person, or you fell out of love with that person, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you a bad manifester, because you're not just into an SP anymore. So fucking what? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'm bored of my SP now. Amanda Joy, I get it. I get it. So get another one. On to the next. On to the next. Danielle, thank you very much. Can you explain states again, please? I've watched videos, but can't seem to stay in my desired state constantly. Okay. You are in a state every single second of your day, or your awake moments. You're in a state. Whether you think you're in a state or not. We are always manifesting from a state. Always. How you interact and see and interpret or perceive your 3D is entirely based on the state you're in. I use the example of a text message. So your SP could send you a text that says, "What's up?" And if you were in a state of feeling desperate, maybe needy, worried that SP's falling out of love with you, you could look at that text and be like, why the fuck is he talking to me like that? Why is he talking to me? What's up? How disrespectful. I'm not your work buddy. I'm the love of your life. What do you mean, what's up? What's up with you? Dick. Right? But if you had been in a state of, I'm unconditionally loved, I'm in the relationship of my life, I know I'm loved, adored, chosen, I know I'm more than enough, right? I'm good enough for any man I want. I can do whatever I want. I'm living my entire, like, literal best life ever. Okay? Zero fucks given mode. Everything's wonderful. I always get what I want. You would look at that text and probably start laughing like, yeah, what's up? What's up with you, bitch? And laugh over it. Haha, it's silly. I'm having jokes with my SP. Same text message, two total interpretations. I duetted the TikTok of a Key and Peele episode where they were texting back and forth, and how one was in this loving, like, yo, yeah, let's get together. I can't wait to see you. Let's do it. While the other one was interpreting like they were like, let's go. Kick your ass, let's go. You see what I'm saying? Two different states, two different ways of interpreting the same simple little text. Okay? So you're always in a state. Always. In your state. Think of your state as your house. Like the foundation all the way up, the whole house is your state. Your state includes all of your beliefs and assumptions. Your full self-concept. That's your state. Your state is who you think you are. Relevant to all areas of life. That's your state. There are infinite states. Infinite. Which means every single possible outcome is connected to a state. So there are infinite versions of you. which then means infinite versions of who you're intermingling with, different versions of specific person. Okay? And I think this gets confused, when it comes to your state, the who you are being, who you're being is definitely relevant to how your SP is showing up in your reality. So if you're in a state where you think love is hard, relationships are difficult, all your relationships fail, or they can't get past the 2-year mark, and, you know, if you're into men, all men are selfish bastards. That used to be my belief. If you're into women, all women are gold digging whores. Okay? All the beliefs possible. All of them. The generalized beliefs and the specific beliefs you have about that person. That is all included in who you think you are. Okay? That's what a state is. The state is everything about you. Everything. And every state has its own experiences and its own manifestations. Okay? And think of that relevant to some of your shitty manifestations and where your mind was during that time when that shit showed up. You will be able to narrow it down to a shitty ass state you're in. And when I say all these different experiences, use the text message interpretation as the experiences. From state to state, that was 2 separate experiences. Okay? And as you fluctuate throughout the states, the entire house stays in that state. So when you go to the next state, and remember, there's infinite. So that means every possible variation, combination of you is already created in existence. But they stay in the state. So we'll call this victim state. So all your shitty beliefs, maybe mixed with some good beliefs, it's here in victim state. And then the next state is on top of the world, getting whatever I want shit state. So those same limiting beliefs didn't follow you here. But it is possible to have different varying combinations. So you might have shed, let's say you shed, maybe, all right, let's just pretend for the sake of conversation, let's pretend you only had 50 limiting beliefs in the state you're in right now. You could still go to a state and now have 48 limiting beliefs. See the varying quantities of all the possible outcomes. You can identify what state you're in by the thoughts you're thinking. Because your thoughts are a product of who you are being. They're an indicator. See what I'm saying? So hopefully that I hoped that helped. States of consciousness, understanding states of consciousness, and understanding that I can just decide to be who I want to be. Just deciding it. And with the repetition of me deciding it every day, I can just start getting what I want. Changed my life. Changed my life. Okay, are you hearing me? It was states. It was states. It was game-changing for me. And I'm still evolving, so I'm sure there's going to be more game-changing for me. Right? Because we're all growing and evolving still. But my experience so far, my life has never ever, I can't express in words the change. The whole, who am I being? Who do I really think I am? How do I want to feel when I open my eyes or when I'm coming back alive every morning? That thinking, who do I want to be, changed my life. Feel this emanating from me. It's life-changing. Manifestation, when we first find it, feels like a means to an end. This is how I get what I want. Yep. And it still is. But when you start realizing that you're changing just you, and you can still have what you want, my God, you're just never going to look back. But it's paying attention to who you are being that brings that sustenance to manifestation and how you feel. You're going to get to a point, in my opinion, you can have your manifestations, but you're all going to grow to a point where you're going to start giving a fuck on how you feel every day. Meaning joy. You know, I'm not telling you that it means you have to be fucking positive all the time. That's not what I mean. You'll realize even with the SP in the picture, you manifested that SP. But you're going to get to a place where I want to feel good all the fucking time. I just want to be happy and know that I'm going to get whatever I want. And I don't have to worry about anything anymore. It goes to that next level, and it's states that does it. States are the answer to that, in my experience. That's why I say, like, the SPs, the money, the jobs, the health, all of those are the sprinkles on top. And you can have it all. You can have all the fucking sprinkles. But the juicy shit, the fucking ice cream, and all the other good shit, you get to feel fucking amazing too. You get to be happy when you wake up in the fucking morning. Because you're just going to know life is going to be great. I don't know how. I don't know why. It's going to happen. I'm going to have it all. And I can enjoy the ride there. Oh, and still have whatever I want. That's where states of consciousness come into the picture. That's where states come. Your state is everything. And I will argue that to the death with anyone. And I don't care if that sounds limiting. I am telling you, it's changed my fucking life. Changed my life. Simple decision. Who the fuck do I want to be? Who do I want to be? And be that person and get whatever I want. What do I got to do that? Just decide I'm going to be that person? Yep. That's simple. And when you realize that's all you got to do, really, is make that fucking choice. And don't panic when you have a day where you're just fucking not in the greatest mood. And you don't know why and you feel like crying. Let out the fucking tears. Who gives a fuck? Let out the tears. When it's over, you get your ass back up. And go back to deciding who the fuck you are. Who you want to be. Not what your 3D tells you you are. No, it's who do you want to be. Over and over and over. And shit is going to change all around you. That is word for word what I experienced. Word for word. Word for word. And trust me, my 3D was telling me everything but the opposite of who I was saying I wanted to be. It was polar opposite. And there were moments of me going, Jesus Christ, this is not working. I'm fucking scared. I had those moments, but I got laser fucking focused. I'm like, no, fuck this. I know this shit works. I know it does. I've had too much experience at this point. I know it works. Deny your senses. This is who I am. This is who I am. Holy balls. That's the only way I can word it. Holy balls. Okay, let's move on. So Danielle, I hope that answered your question. Ellie Hernandez Sudani. Thank you very much. Hi, Kim. So I'm manifesting an SP. I know, not vice versa. I have many affirmations about how I want to be treated. And I want to manifest a brand new life. Tips? Yes. Everything I just said, Ellie. It's Ellie, it's getting as specific as you want. What's the life you want? What do you want life to look like? How do you want to feel every day? And have SP showing up treating you like a damn queen, like you deserve. So, and if you were this new version of yourself, then you clearly wouldn't have any limiting beliefs. So we don't have to stress the limiting beliefs because you're the version of you that knows you're worthy and deserve the relationship of your fucking lifetime, right? Being with the love of your life, right? Right? And you want what? What are the other things? I want to manifest a brand new life. So what does that brand new life look like? What does the brand new life look like? Get all the fucking details. How do you want to feel in that brand new life? Get specific. Get specific. And I'm about to give you all the reminder. This is me being an annoying mother, an annoying auntie right now, but I'm bringing it up again. For any of you who come to the place of wanting to dare say to me, and unless you're new, you better be a newbie if you say it. Because if you're someone that's been around, I will snap, crackle, pop your ass. If you say to me, well, I don't know how I would feel because I've never had it. I've never been in a relationship, Kim. How do I know how it feels? I've never been a millionaire, Kim. How the fuck do I know how it feels? If you're new, you're excused. If you're not, then how the fuck do you know you actually even want it? That's not a trick question. How do you know you want it? Because you fucking think it's going to make you feel a certain way. Yeah? You think that manifestation is going to make you fucking feel a certain way, right? That's why you fucking want it. So there, now you know how it feels to fucking have it. It's because you're deciding how it's going to make you motherfucking feel. I find that very annoying. Very annoying. Why? Because are you serious asking me that? Are you serious saying that? Are you serious? What do you want it for? Just because it looks sassy and sexy? Or because you think it's going to bring you joy? Or you think the money's going to bring you fucking security, safety, or fun? It's just going to bring you fun because you can go buy whatever the fuck you want. You want it because you want to feel that way. Or else, why would you want it? I'll give you an example. I like Saabs. Saabs are my vehicle of choice. I've been driving them for over 20 years. So I think Saabs bring me joy. Yeah, because I just like them. Just like them. But before I ever drove one, I didn't know what it was like to be in that Saab. I didn't know it was going to be like. I'd never had one before. But I looked at it. I liked how it looked. And I wanted it. Why did I want it? Because I thought it was going to make me feel fucking amazing to have it. It was going to mean something sexy, sassy, saucy for me to be in that car. I don't know why. I don't know why. It made me feel maybe connected to my boyfriend at the time. because he likes sobs too. It made me feel connected. So I thought having that vehicle was going to make me feel all those things. But I don't know what it was like to actually have one because I'd never been in one. So guess what? I fucking got one for that reason. And I fell in love with it. I've never looked back. My point is, when you want anything, when you want a new outfit at the motherfucking store, what do you want that new outfit for? What do you want it for? Because you think it's going to make you feel a certain way. It satisfies that urge to shop. I don't know. It's giving you a fucking feeling. There, now you know what it feels like to have it. You're deciding that. When I hear people say, well, I don't know what it would feel like to have it, you're thinking logical and literal. You're staying trapped in a 3D world, and you're definitely not focusing on who you are. And who you are is what you're fucking manifesting 24/7. So knock, knock, motherfucker. If you want it, ask yourself why. Whatever your mind tells you is your answer. That's why you want it. That's what it's going to feel like, according to you, to have it. Okay? We overcomplicate things. We overcomplicate. We make things harder than they need to be. Or that they got to have these magical mystery tour fucking meanings. Why? Why we're doing this. Why we have to do that. Fuck it. How do you want to feel? That's why you want that fucking thing. Good. Start worrying about feeling like that so you can have it. Okay, does all that make sense? Yeah. Sunday Blues, look at you being my fucking new best friend. Thank you so much. Kim, you look so good for your age. I love you for that. You are my best friend for life for that comment. Just saying. Let's see. What did I miss? God damn it. And I can't even read it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. What's the name? Let me, because I can't help myself. Toyba? Toyba? Are you new here? Are you new? You have to be new here. I don't do very good with being told what to do. I don't. You obviously didn't see the beginning of this live when I went into a whole tirade about that. I talk like how I want. Okay, not everybody's going to find me to be their cup of tea. Okay. Okay. We talk sexy, sassy, saucy, and snarky over here because it's funny. It's fun. It makes me laugh. And that's all that really matters, is that I'm laughing. Okay? So, now you know the little child in me, the little snarky little brat inside of me wants me to list every single swear word right now. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to pretend I'm grown up for a few minutes. But I'm dying to do it. Okay? But I won't. Oh, Lord. All right. So, moving on. Erica Lewis, thank you so much. I'm seeing him this weekend, and I'm using the $2,600 that I manifested. Erica, you are a manifesting machine. I love you. Okay, I love you. This is amazing. And I know I've said this. I have your success story recorded, and I just have to do whatchamacallit, doing your follow-up email. I got to record that. But her success story is going to be mic drop for a lot of people. It's a really good success story. I know I've got to do the update so I can get that thing up. Yes, Lisa, it's a proven fact that people who swear are more intelligent and happier. That's also a reason why Lisa's my best friend for life. Yes, we are more intelligent and happier. And I swear like a damn animal. But I just want you to know that I didn't always talk this way. Okay. It wasn't until I started working at a certain distribution center that I won't name, even though if any of you watch me long enough, you already know what it is. Don't put it in the chat. That's where I learned to swear like an animal. All right. I didn't before that. I was the good girl, I think. Maybe I had to rethink that comment. Did I swear a lot before that? I don't think I did. There might have been an F-bomb here and there, but not as often. I learned combinations of words that still have my mind blown in that warehouse. Anyway. Ooh, look at Leanne Richard coming with a good one too. Love it. Okay. Erica, congratulations on the $2,600 manifestation. Okay. Well done. You are a powerhouse. So I think this next username, never mind, because your comment saved me. But I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we call you Pratt. But I didn't even have to say it because your comment is, hi, Kim, Pratt's here. Wait a minute. Did I see face like an angel? Wait a minute. Face like an angel, mouth like a sailor. Oh, I love you too, E-Free. Yes, that's me. If you only knew. Oh my God. Anyway, Pratt's here. Can you give us examples of how thoughts and behaviors change when you change states from single to committed? I'm confused about it. I need to reread. Okay, wait a minute. Hi, Kim. Pratt's here. Can you give us examples of how thoughts and behaviors change when you change states from single to committed? I'm confused a bit. So I'm making an assumption here that what you mean is the thoughts and behaviors of the specific person changes by you changing your state of single to committed. I think that's what you're asking me, meaning how does that show up in your SP? So I'm going to answer it from that perspective because I think that's what you're asking me, okay? So, how do the thoughts and behaviors of know your own thoughts? Oh, know your own thoughts. All right, rewind. Okay. Know your own thoughts. All right, give me a second because now I was all set to answer it from the SP place. All right. Can you give us examples how thoughts and behaviors of myself change when you change states from single to committed? Well, it starts with, first of all, okay, so whether you're embodying the state of you being in a committed relationship or you just making the, not demand, but you declaring that you are now this version of yourself. This is who you are, okay? I'm trying to give you like an easy example. Like I could tell you, to think of this, and your mind will go thinking of that thing. So thinking of being committed, thinking about being the version of yourself that is committed, and you're thinking about that in your mind right now. You're thinking about it. Being in a committed relationship, being the version of myself that's in a committed relationship. Right now, your mind should be, if not seeing the picture, now we all think in pictures, but I know we don't all see the pictures, probably a thought of some kind should be popping up of what that means to you. Meaning, if you have a specific person in mind, perhaps you and that person, the thought of you two together popped up, or what you think the two of you would be doing if you were in the committed relationship. They're quick little glimpses. They're quick little thoughts. Hold on. I notice myself having different kinds of thoughts, like, oh, I have to get back home to my man when I don't have a man. Listen, that's good. And that's exactly where I was going with that is when you begin, so I'll use myself. So, I am this version of myself. I am a woman who is unconditionally loved from her, SP. I'm in the relationship of my dreams. I'm living my best life. I'm literally in my best life reality right now. I'm there. Instantly, as I'm saying that, whether out loud or just thinking it, because I did both, instantly, and I'm going to call them thought pictures, because I also struggle to see full pictures. I've never seen clear pictures, but like a thought picture entered my mind. And it's not something like a definite scene. It's just what that signifies to me. So for me, it's going to sound stupid, but it's me. It would be, as I'm saying it to you, it's me and SP kissing. But I know that's not, that's personal to me. But it's that, okay? So I'll instantly see that. And then my mind will keep going to other thought or thought pictures of, doesn't all have to be sexy and saucy though, T. Other things that make me feel like a woman in a committed, loving, fulfilling relationship. And so if the next thing that you're working on is, say, money. So, I am the version of myself that doesn't have to worry about money. Money flows to me like water. An idea pops in your mind of what that signifies to you. Money flowing to you like water. You don't have to worry about money. I'm sure. For me, it's seeing me purchase a Louis Vuitton something. That's the quick little picture that pops into my mind. Thought picture, though. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is no different than when Neville Goddard said, put your mind on what you want. Put it there. From there, your imagination brings up thought after thought after thought that's all relevant to that original, the thing you're manifesting. And that's how our imagination is working. It's giving you one thought after another. Think about when you're thinking about a shitty thought. For example, you worry about an SP leaving you. That thought enters your mind. You decide to entertain that thought by allowing it in and sitting with it. And then it just leads to one more thought and another thought and another thought and another thought, all connected to that one initial negative thought. It's the same idea as you start embodying the state or determining that you are now this version of yourself. You're the version of yourself that, is having all of your desires, be as specific as you want. It all comes as one thought after another, after another, after another. And that's your imagination at work. That's you in that moment. That is you creating or manifesting, right? Because everything starts within first, but it's one thought after another, after another. And the whole point of, deciding you are this new version of yourself. And remember, anybody that's new, when I'm saying decide you're this new version, I'm talking about you being or becoming the version of yourself that has whatever it is you're manifesting. So the version of you, right? When you're thinking about being the version of you that has your manifestation, your mind automatically starts thinking more thoughts in that direction. It's the daily repetition of you deciding you're that person that brings more and more of those thoughts. That's you rewiring all of this up here. And think about it. Think about any time that you've allowed a negative thought to come into your mind and you've sat there and entertained it. It just led to one more shitty thought and another shitty thought and another shitty thought. And then we wonder why we get hot and cold behavior. See what I mean? I don't think we need to flip every single thought that comes into our mind. I do think you are starting new habits Manifestation is cutting out the shitty habit of marinating in shitty thoughts or deciding you are this limited version of yourself because you're allowing the 3D to dictate to you who you are. You're breaking that habit with daily deciding in repetition that you're this new version of yourself. You're having what you want. Boom. That begins the thought after a thought after a thought after a thought. And your imagination, it's so fucking amazing how our mind works. But okay, so hold on. So that's how it changes the thoughts. And as far as, and then your behaviors change. Well, think about it. Think about it with anything. Use the shitty thought example I was giving you. Okay. When you allow yourself to marinate in shitty thinking, right? So you're still letting the 3D dictate to you who you think you are. So you realize that when you're entertaining these shitty thoughts and you're marinating in them, like I like to say in shitfucker land, when you're doing that, you notice how you're starting to feel differently. And suddenly you don't have enough energy to do some of the normal little routine daily tasks that you're used to doing. But because you're so down and feeling like shit because you've allowed yourself to marinate all day long in your SP not loving you, and now you don't feel like doing the basic bitch things that you normally do around your house. Now you don't feel like, I don't know, going to your P.O. box, picking up your mail. You just don't feel like it today. You don't feel like putting your laundry away. You don't feel like doing any other fun things you're used to doing because you're allowing yourself to change behaviors because of your shitty thoughts. That's how the cycle starts. Well, it's no different when you start the habit of deciding you're this new version of yourself. So when you have a thought of what you think life would be like if you had your manifestation, and that thought leads to another thought, chances are, as you marinate, and by chances are, I'm telling you, this is what happened to me, you start thinking thought after thought after thought through imagination of what life would be like if you were living that life right now. And if you're someone who already accepts that manifestation is a real thing and really works, you start getting fucking exciting, and suddenly you get a little more pep in your step because you know you're going to have whatever the fuck you want. You start feeling a little bit better and a little bit better, and you feel like doing the mundane fucking tasks around your house, and you feel like putting the laundry away, and suddenly you feel like running to the mall and just window shopping or maybe buying yourself some fucking cool ass shit. You just start getting the energy back because you know life's about to start getting fucking amazing because you believe in manifestation. And then things just keep changing because you keep changing. That's how it works. That's how the behaviors start to change. That's been my experience. So I hope that helped, Prince. I hope that helped. Heather Peartree, thank you very much. How do I get rid of the underlying fear of being rejected by SP? P.S. I have been seeing his name everywhere, so and believing that to be a BBL. Yeah. Yes, it's a BBL. Without question, if you're seeing the name everywhere, that is validation for you, even though you don't need it. It's a validation that boom, 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 everything that's going on up here is coming out. This is good. Okay? So, how do I get rid of the underlying fear of being rejected by SP? Well, on this channel, we determine that we are no longer that person. Now, I know that sounds pretty simplistic in comparison to other deliveries, but with the daily repetition of you deciding that you are now the version of yourself, because there are infinite versions of you, because there are infinite realities, because there's infinite states. States are just versions of you. Or if you like, you can think of it like states are different realities. So infinite realities. Okay? And if there's different versions of you, then there has to be different versions of everybody else too, because of the infinite realities. All right? So we'll start there. So, with the daily repetition of you deciding that you are now the version of yourself that doesn't fear abandonment, right? Because I'm assuming, well, I don't know why I said abandonment. Hold on. Rejected by SP. No, that's just, it could be either not feeling good enough, not feeling chosen, or abandonment. But I don't know why I just picked abandonment. Probably because abandonment was one of mine. So I don't know why I took rejected as instant abandonment. I'm sorry about that. Regardless, whatever the belief is, it's you deciding that you're not that version of yourself anymore. Now, yes, will a thought still come into your mind? Yes. That's why we do this with repetition. It's you deciding every single day that you are the new version of yourself. It is a decision. And it's a moment by moment decision. Now, sometimes it feels a little good to think of it from the perspective of every single one of us has the I am within us. The I am. Every single one of us is a fractile of the I am. And whatever the I am is to you is your business. The I am to me is God. God is not he, she to me. God is an entity. Okay? It's just a something that created all of this. That's the I am to me. Every single one of us is a piece of that. Hence, when we finally croak, our piece is back in consciousness, which is what all of us are at the core. We're just consciousness, right? So when you're thinking about what you're manifesting and why it's so easy for you to just decide that you are now this version of you that doesn't have this limited belief, it's because of the who you are in the equation. You having the I am, meaning all versions are in existence because creation is finished. I'm hoping this is making sense. It really can be that simple of just deciding that fear is not coming from a place of truth. It feels like it is because fear feels really, really real. But fear is nothing more than separation. It's the form of separation. And we are not separate from anything. Every single thing is from I am. We're all connected. All of it. All connected. So any fearful, negative thoughts are not based in truth. Unfortunately, most of us are conditioned to believe in those fears. And the conditioning comes from life experiences that make those fears look and feel pretty damn truthful. Because we've had experiences that said, well, hey, this has happened before. This happened to me before. And this SP is showing up like an SP that I used today, and that was my outcome. Do you see what I'm saying? But that was before you were aware of who you really were or are. That's before you knew about manifestation. So the way I see it, life before was when you were asleep and still in heavy belief of separation. But now that you're awake and you know that you're not separate from anything, and now that you're aware that there are infinite fucking versions to you, and those infinite versions or infinite states or infinite realities or even infinite timelines, your choice on what wording you like. When they're all in existence, they are all available to you at every given Second, it's choice. It's a moment by moment choice. And with the repetition of you making the choice that you're not that person with the limited belief anymore, life will start to change. You will start to change. You will start to feel differently. And the 3D will begin to validate the new feeling within you. It will work. It's a decision. Okay. Autumn, thank you very much. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. That's very nice. Sandy Solis, thank you very much. SP suffers from depression. When it's bad, he completely isolates and withdraws, won't talk, barely replies. It can take months. Help me cope, not take it personal, help manifest mental health and happiness for him. Okay. So, listen, I'm not going to pretend to say that dealing with depression is an easy thing. No, it's not. I've experienced depressive episodes myself. I get it. I wish I had known manifestation back then, though. I'm not going to lie to you. So, all right. Because you are the HBIC of your reality, you have the ability to manifest for another, right? So, like I said earlier, who you think you are matters. So, who you think you are includes how you think and feel about specific person. So right now, you're a version of yourself, and this is not something, we do not beat ourselves up for things that are, happening in our 3D. You don't blame yourself because you've manifested an SPU as depressive. You don't take blame for things like that. And I think sometimes that gets misconstrued in the community. I don't take blames for things like that. They're still whole ass humans, right? That are within our reality. They're versions of themselves. So you begin to change your beliefs and assumptions about how specific person is showing up. So it's seeing him as healed, seeing him as the version of himself who doesn't have depression, where it doesn't take months to hear from him. He doesn't have, he doesn't isolate himself. He doesn't withdraw. You see him as interacting more with the world. He's feeling happier. There's a more pep in his step. He's constantly contacting you. There's no isolation. He's healed. It's you denying your senses of what you're seeing in the 3D and keeping yourself focused on being the version of you who is intermingling with a version of him that no longer has depression. But it's your job in those moments, okay? It's your job in the moments to just remember, deny your senses. So even if for the next week or two, you're still seeing signs of him being the old version, that's not, hey, I must be doing something wrong or my manifestation's not working. No, that's you time to deny your senses. Time to get back to denying your senses and seeing him as a healed, happy, healthy, whole version of himself. And it will work. Because I think when we think of who you think you are, it's limited to literally, who do I think I am? No, it's everything about you. Everything. Who do you think you are? Who you're intermingling with and how they're showing up. Your beliefs and assumptions about this person that you're having a relationship with matters, because it's still you identifying as a version of yourself that intermingles with a version of them that has depression. Do you see what I'm saying? So change the way you see him. Deny your senses to allow him to conform to his healed version. And he will. Okay? So, on that note, it is now almost 1 a.m. As per usual, I will be answering the super chats and videos that I have have to make. I have a lot of live stream videos to answer super chats in, but I stand by my word that if you buy a super chat, I will answer you in a video. I will. That I want to say we write it down, and it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but I'm dying to say it. I will answer your super chats. Okay. We write it down. I was caressing his belly and chest. Just think of all the little nuggets we share together on our live streams. Caressing his belly and his chest. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to rewind and start the live stream backwards a little bit. Caressing his belly, caressing his chest. Okay? We write it down. Okay? I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay? Don't forget, we're doing a caressing challenge. We're going to get our SPs to talk about caressing us, caressing their bellies, whatever. That's our 1 week challenge. Getting your SP to say caressing. All right. I'm fucking tired. All right. Caressing my pillow, not asleep. Love it, Anna. Caressing. Good night, daughter. Brittany. Good night. I love you all. Good night, good night, good night. Be good. Be good. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Who are you being?